And joining me now is Republican Congressman from Texas, Chip Roy. He's endorsed Ron DeSantis for president and was the first member of Congress to do so. Congressman, you heard the governor there. She doesn't think Donald Trump can win a general election. That seems like a pretty good reason to endorse somebody else. Do you agree?
Well, when I got in early in March to support Governor DeSantis, it was a significant part because I believe he was the guy that could win handily and could win with the biggest margin. Frankly, have a lot of coattails. And we shouldn't be worrying about counting votes in Maricopa County or in Fulton County or, for example, in Miami-Dade. We should be winning by large margins, so you're not having to worry about that. And Governor DeSantis won Florida by 1.5 million votes. You remember when Florida was purple, right? Just a few years ago. And Governor DeSantis wins by 1.5 million votes with 62% of Hispanic voters. He won 50% of single female voters. And I think Governor DeSantis gives us the best shot to run the tables and then have 8 years of service for someone who is a clear conservative with a clear conservative track record. And I'd like to put all of my support behind him because that's what I want for the country, for my kids and grandkids.
But Congressman, that feels like a long time ago now. We've got a new poll out of Florida that has Trump winning that state in a primary by 40 points. So if Ron DeSantis can't win his own state in a primary, we're showing some battleground polls right now that shows Trump beating Biden, in some cases by significant margins in them. How do you make the case for DeSantis as the electable guy when he's struggling even here in Florida?
Well, first of all, I've learned over the years that polls are only as good as who you're polling, and is only as good as the questions being asked. And I've learned over the years that a lot of things unfold when you see what people do on the ground. What we're seeing Governor DeSantis do in Iowa, where he has hit, I think, 80-something, 85, 88 or something of the 90-something counties in Iowa. He's been shaking hands. He's been doing the hard work. Meanwhile, the former president refuses even to come to the debate stage. I think that's kind of telling. I don't know that the president wants to get in a head-to-head matchup against Governor DeSantis when Governor DeSantis' track record is pretty daggum unassailable for most conservative voters. So, look, I think this stuff plays out. I've been around a long time watching politics, and you see what happens on game day. You don't worry about, looking at the preseason polls. What matters is what you do on the field.
We got a game day tomorrow. I guess it's not the game day, depending on how you want to take the metaphor. But we got a pretty big game going on down here in Miami tomorrow night in this debate. What do you want to see from your candidate tomorrow? And do you think he ought to take on Donald Trump directly, including over the fact that the front runner's not showing up?
Well, I think what you'll see from the governor is a clear indication from him about why he's the best candidate, right? And since the last debate, we've seen more evidence of it. Not only have we seen the governor do what he did in response to the hurricane in Florida, again, Hurricane Ron DeSantis, who gets it done and builds bridges and helps people and gets electricity and power back up. But you've had the governor step in when, frankly, this president, the current administration, is MIA, and he went over and got out thousands of Americans out of Israel. He stood up and he did the hard work as a governor to go take action. That's what I think you're going to see out of the governor tomorrow night. I think you'll see a very clear delineation by the governor about him versus some of the other candidates on the stage, Governor Haley, for example, and others, but also the former president. The former president should not be immune from criticism of his record or statements he's made or his electability just because he refuses to show up. I don't know. I guess it's a long drive from Mar-a-Lago to Miami. Oh, wait. Oh, no, he's choosing to do a rally instead, because he doesn't want to have to go head-to-head with Governor DeSantis because Governor DeSantis' track record is so strong.
Congressman, while I have you, let's do our day jobs here for a minute. Let me ask you about Congress a little bit. You've got a deadline now to fund the government, 10 days away. I know you guys met this morning, Republicans did, to try to talk about a path forward. Are you satisfied with how House leadership is navigating this? And have you decided on kind of which of the options that exist to Republicans you believe you ought to take to try to keep the government from shutting down in a week and a half?
Yeah, the short version is the American people who sent us here, particularly I can tell you the Texans that I represent, they want us to reduce spending. They want us to do our job to stand by Israel and defend our national security. And they want us to make sure that we're getting the job done to secure our border. I think we can do those things in the coming several months. I think we have demonstrated that we, as a party, when we're unified, have done some pretty extraordinary things. We passed a hardcore border security bill. Now we need to hold the Senate accountable. We've passed 7 appropriations bills of the 12, and I hope we'll pass a couple more. So now we're in a position to demonstrate that we can lead and get things done when, frankly, the Senate's been MIA and the president's MIA. And in fact, they're engaged in policies directly detrimental to the people we represent. So Mike Johnson's doing a good job. He's 2 weeks in. 2 weeks and change maybe, and we've got to give him a little room to finish the job. But I don't give a hall pass to anybody. I'm going to hold his feet to the fire just as I did Kevin McCarthy's. We got to cut spending. We got to do our job to do what the American people ask us to do.
Is it harder to show that you guys can do your jobs when I think this week you're going to vote on the 4th and 5th censure resolutions of the last 2 weeks? I mean, what do you say to people who look up and see Congress basically, playing hall monitor on other members as opposed to, voting on things that your voters in places like Central Texas did send you there to deal with?
Well, I will say this, two things. One, I have to say about Congresswoman Tlaib, her statements went way too far. Her statements in defense of Hamas, literally on October 8th, in direct criticism of Israel and direct criticism of America's role and direct criticism even of Joe Biden, daring to be a part of ensuring that we have financial resources for Israel. She's essentially saying that we're culpable in what we saw unfold with the unbelievably barbaric attacks on Israeli citizens, on innocent people, beheadings of babies. We had babies put in ovens. These are unspeakable things, and they're wholly indefensible. So what Representative Tlaib has done is deserving of rebuke. I went to the floor and talked about this. We were just on the floor talking about the censure offered by Rich McCormick. I will vote for that. It was not tabled, so I will vote for it. But we got to be careful about this, to your point. We don't need to be getting into a back and forth. And I did not support last week's resolution. I do think that Representative Green brought it forward in good faith because she is troubled as I am with what Representative Tlaib said. But I don't think it was drafted the way it needed to be, and we need to take great care. I mean, to your point, I don't want to get into a back and forth about, a Democrat or Republican, a Democrat or Republican. We just need to do our jobs. But some things rise to the level of needing rebuke, and this is one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the counter argument, because Congresswoman's not here to defend herself, would be that these are issues for her voters to settle with her when that time comes. But you guys are free to use your time as you see fit. Chip Roy, I always appreciate your time and your interest in these matters. Thank you for coming on, and we will see how your candidate, Ron DeSantis, does tomorrow night.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.